Hey there, here's my overview of Sunshine Village in Banff. One thing you need to note here is here's a parking lot down here. There's a gondola that takes about 20 minutes that gets you up to the village area or where they call the village area. And there's a hotel up here and some restaurants and other stuff up here. There's also some stuff down here, I believe, at the base as well. Um, Gondola has a mid-station stop for picking, getting on and off for Goat's Eye Express. Also goes all the way up. And then on the way down, you can cut through here and do these traverses and traverse, all the way down. We ended up actually hopping on that gondola here at the base and then at the village area. And then also when we were at Goat's Eye at the end of the day, we hopped on the gondola there and it just didn't looked kind of flat, kind of skied off at spots and just long and just kind of we decided to do the gondola instead of the traverse out. Um, Wild West and Delirium dive areas are just gated areas. You have to have avalanche transceivers, transponders, probes, buddies. So we did not obviously do that. Goat size, probably if you're looking for more extreme stuff at Sunshine Village. This is the area. It was really like blown off. They have a ton of snow fences, but it's still just snow just blows off there. You're like at the top of this mountain face. It just really caught the wind when we were there. Um, Went through these blue areas. Some of these blacks down here, none of these double blacks, which are height 2, were open when we were there, so I can't speak to those. Um, Working away to the right, there's Wolverine Express, which kind of comes through here, as well as a Jackrabbit Quad, which has some blacks and blues off it. Jackrabbit was pretty short. Um, Getting over to this from here was pretty flat, especially on a board. So anyways, we did that just one day when we were working away from the main area over to Goat's Eye Express, where we did that instead of taking the gondola to Goat's Eye Express. So here's orientation Jackrabbit. There's these two quads that go up to, or six packing quad that go up to higher up on the mountain. They both do have a green that traverses around that can do that. Then a lot of blacks in here. We really didn't spend much time in here. Time we spent was on the Great Divide Express and then Strawberry Quad was the majority of our time. Great Divide Express you can get to from the Strawberry Express, kind of cutting through here. Take this up. There's big bowl, big open bowl here. Great as long as there's visibility in decent conditions. Low light and storms. There's no orientation to tell which way is up and down, and everything looks white. So um, that's kind of what's there. Um, Working through the blues and blacks through here. We're not too over the top or anything. And then Strawberry Express Quad was where we spent a lot of time through this little bounty bowl here in Snow Snake, and uh, those areas just were overlooked powder areas, at least when there were storms there. There's also some greens off of this, so nice area for someone that wants greens and blues. Short little base here on this Snow Snake and Boundary Bowl. And then the Standish Quad is another area. Here's your Strawberry Express for orientation, Standish Quad. These blacks over here, you have to enter through a gate generally. They're pretty steep, but also pretty short. You can take but I don't know, they're more challenging stuff. In a short burst, you can get a look at them from the Strawberry Express Quad as you're going up to look to your right, and you can see what they look like and how steep it is or isn't. There's also some blues and greens off here off of the Standish Express Quad. We didn't really mess around over there. Walla Quad was an older lift, I believe. We did one of these blacks through here, I believe. There's also some blues and greens over here. And then here, either I'm not sure which building it was, in the Sunshine Lodge or the Centennial Lodge, there's a place called Trappers, that bar and restaurant that we ate at that was pretty uniquely Canadian feeling. Had poutine, stuff like that. Was definitely wasn't too long for a sit down lunch and wasn't outlandishly crazy expensive when you factor in Canadian dollars and everything else. So I hope this was helpful. And anyways, if you have any specific questions, just let me know.